This video is brought to you by OneFootball, the one and only place to get all your football news. Hey guys, it's Gameface here, and welcome back to episode 45 of my Manchester City career. In today's episode, we've got some games to get through. We're going to be playing this game against Barnsley in the Cup to kick things off. Also, we're going to be getting through the summer transfer window. We're going to hopefully be finishing it in today's episode as well. We should do, really. There's not that much longer left, to be honest. Got a game against Stoke City. That one might be simmed. Not really too sure. It's on deadline day as well, so it could get in the way a little bit. We'll wait and see when we get there. Depends what sort of transfer deals have to be done. We'll certainly get to the game against Chelsea in today's episode. So looking forward to that, and we'll wait to see how many players get bought and sold in today's episode as well. Might well be on, some players on the way out. There certainly are some more players transfer listed, so I hope I get some on the way out. In terms of players in, yeah, I don't know whether that's going to happen yet. It might be that DYBALA comes in if we have the money, but other than that, I can't really see anybody else joining us, to be honest. We'd have to sell a couple of other different players as well. But before we get into today's episode, if we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button as well down below if you haven't already, and I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to use the hashtag comment of the day in the comment section below to leave your thoughts on today's episode as well. Today's comment of the day is on screen right now. Thank you all so much for leaving your comments, and let's crack on with today's episode. Let's sit on a little bit and let's see whether we get any more transfer offers in before the game against Barnsley. Maybe not, I suspect probably not, but we'll find out anyway. We've also got some player development drills to do as well. We're really focusing on Collins over the last few weeks, going to try and get up to 75 overall as quickly as possible. So we're giving him all these different drills to try and help that happen. He's not too far away from it. It should happen in the next week or two now. Okay, this is the team I'm going to go with for this game that we have coming up. Got Edison starting in goal. We've got Mafia right back, Company, Hernandez and Delph in the defence as well. Gundogan, Foden and Vera also coming in as well. He's sort of a younger player that I've just chucked in there to see how we get on, hold the midfielder. That could be of help for us. Mendoza's going to start on the right hand side, Mbappe up front with Leroy Sané on the left hand side. So quite a mixed team, mostly changed players. This is the bench I've gone with. Diaz and Collins, the only sort of real big changes to the bench that we not usually have on there. So look forward to this game at the moment. It's going to be an interesting match to see how we get on in the Cup. Obviously we're going with a few decent players as well, but still making some changes where necessary. Let's find out how we get on. Tough game against Barnsley here, hopefully going to get ourselves through into the next round. Obviously don't want to have changed the team too much to end up having a cup upset here. Okay, we go away at Barnsley for this match. Let's find out how we get on. Mbappe going to start up front for us. He's basically got to start playing pretty well in some position because at the moment he's been very much off form. He's not been playing particularly well on the right hand side, which is understandable. It's out of position for him, but he has been given one or two chances up front as well. He's still not looked particularly great, so he needs to sort of get to a position where he's starting to score some more goals, give him more opportunities now in an up front position, and hopefully he's able to take it. Mbappe. Here we go, hold these up for Foden. Oh, he's going to get on target. It's a really good chance there for Phil Foden. It's on his favourite foot as well, but he's messed it up. He's put it wide. It's Mbappe, just lays it off to him. He's got to hit the target. Don't know how he's missed it from that sort of distance. Go on, chance here. Go on, Edison. Good save. Just about managed to keep it out. First chance for Barnsley. Managed to just about clear it away and defended it. Eventually through Edison. Frustrating that they've allowed them through so easily there. Mbappe's now going to start an attack. Intercepted too easily. Mbappe still going here. Mbappe looking for a cutback into Vera. Oh, he's going to suffer a goal. He's picked out the top left-hand corner like it's nothing. It's 1-0. Finally, we scored before half-time, and it's 3 minutes left of the first half as well. And Vera, I'm a youngster, has scored from the whole midfielder position, gets forward lovely, and it takes a nice touch and smashes it into the top left-hand corner. Great strike from him, and winning the game 1-0, and about time as well. It looks the better team so far. Not managed to get too many decent attacks going, but this is a really good one. And I picked out the top left-hand corner, 1-0. Yes, well played. Mendoza, when he get back, going to try and pick out Mbappe's. What a ball in that is. Mbappe went for it, but out for a corner on the stroke of half-time. Looks to double our lead still. Can he pick somebody out here? Gundogan looking for Foden, who flicks on. Supposed to be a shot with the header there, but ended up being a flick on and nearly found somebody. Still cleared away. Sané now into Phil Foden. Foden turns out into Mendoza, who's turning again. Mendoza, smashes the bar. And that'll be it for the first half. Nearly double our lead. It was nearly from another youngster this time. Just didn't quite go on the right side of the bar. This time it just goes out, unfortunately, and it does mean that the first half finishes 1-0. Mendoza there with a great strike, but not enough to score. Let's go with the second half straight away. No changes. We're doing really well. Just haven't quite got the goals just yet. Mendoza looking for a great delivery into Foden. Oh, what a save. I'm pretty sure it was a save in there anyway. It's a volley by... No, it wasn't a save. It's a volley by Phil Foden, but I thought the keeper got to it. Clearly not. Must have just hit the post and gone out. And that was such a good chance to double our lead very early on into the second half. Foden to Mbappe. Mbappe turns it around. That's really good. Mbappe! It's finally another goal, and it couldn't get any further into the top left-hand corner if we tried. Mbappe with a fantastic strike. Great turn. Just completely loses defender pretty easily, in fact, in the end. And he finds the top left-hand corner perfectly right into the corner. Hits both sort of the post and the bar at the same time. A double-down lead with 30 minutes left of this game. Managed to pick out a good pass into his feet. Just turns his man really easy. Dives in. And that's a fantastic strike. Actually comes off the bar and into the back of the net. It's 2-0, and let's see whether we can try and extend our lead now. All three changes about 20 minutes to go. Collins, Diaz and Silva all score. We're going to take off Foden, Gundogan and Mendoza. Mbappe will stay on. He's still got plenty of energy left. He'll go on to the right-hand side, where he's probably not quite as good on that right-hand side, but we're going to play him there anyway, because he does, like I say, have the most energy left out of the front three. So we'll go with that, see how we get on, and hopefully get Collins a goal or two, ideally, in the latter stages of this game. He's hopefully going to get himself into a few good positions and have a couple of attempts here. Looks to get the build-up play right, and Collins is through straight away. Oh, saved by the goalkeeper. And it's great play from Collins. Good little 1-2, 15 minutes left. Nearly found a third goal for us. Delph to deliver it. Mbappe's in there, but headed away. Looking for a switch there to Leroy Sané. It's a great pass. Sané with a chance to get it in for Collins. If we can at the back post, Collins! Oh, and he does as well. It's 3-0. The youngster's got one. It's a fantastic header. And it's really good to see some of our younger players scoring in this cup competition. We changed around the team a little bit. It's worked for us perfectly, because the youngsters have got some game time and they've scored some goals as well, which is great to see. Collins with a good header at the back post. Only been on the pitch maybe 10 minutes or so, and he's already got onto the scoreline. So very happy to see that happen, 3-0. Obviously still trying to extend the lead if we can in the final 10 minutes or so, but that's a great header, good little leap from him, and it's good to see him get a goal. He should be very close to 75 overall now. That's it, 3-0 victory into the next round, beating Barnsley there comfortably, as we should do as well. Even though it was a changed team, it still had a number of good players in there, so quite rightly we got through into the next round and beat them. Very happy overall with the younger players playing so well in that game. Foden played very well, as did the goal scorers, obviously Vieira there, who got the highest rating, 9.4, very impressive from him. 15 shots, 6 on target, obviously ideally you want more on target than that, but got ourselves 3 goals anyway, which is enough, although we could have maybe had 4, 5 or 6, but that's the case. We're into the next round, it's the most important thing. Okay, so going to transfer deadline day now, I've got a game against Stoke City that we're going to, I think, sim just before we get into the actual transfer deadline day, counting down those 10 hours. So we'll sim that game, we'll change the team a little bit. Cameroon management offer no thanks, and international duty coming up just after that game. So a chance for us to basically just stick out our best team and not worry about other games coming up because there is a break. Let's change on the side, we'll probably bring in quite a lot of different players. Okay, so this game against Stoke, this is the team I'm going to go with. Edison, Kyle Walker, Tart, Otamendi, Mendy, City, Goretzka, De Bruyne, Messi, Aguero and Gabriel Jesus all starting. So Messi, Aguero is our front three, along with Jesus obviously on the left-hand side. City scores just 10 minutes in, great start to the game. We'll skip and win the game 2-1, not quite as convincingly as I was expecting, to be honest. Otamendi gets us the winner there, and we probably should have won the game more comfortably given the team we had out. Fantastic side that we had out. Isco was moved to AC Milan for £105.2 million. Okay, so the Beats are now a top deal, and so have 2 other transfers as well. Suarez moves to Juventus, and Casemiro there moving to Bayern Munich, £62.6 million and 74.4. Okay. Maybe ours won't get into the top 3 then by the looks of it. We could still pull off a big transfer deal, I should say, for DYBALA, but we'd have to sell players to be able to do that. Patrick Roberts is one of the players looking to sell. West Ham come in with a bid of 9.7. His value's higher than that, so we are going to negotiate rather than delegate. I think that takes too long. So we'll negotiate, try and get more. It's worth £12 million. We should be able to get at least that. Okay, so what we want is £13 million plus a 10% sell-on clause. We'll see how that goes, see what they say to that. And let's say 10.7 plus 10% sell-on clause. We will counter. Remove the sell-on clause and propose a new transfer fee. 12.5. Doing a good deal here. A really good deal. Go on. Oh, what? Oh, wait. Yes. Okay, they have. They're giving us £12.5 million. Look, they rejected it there. Okay, that's good news. It does seem like that could go through if personal terms can be agreed. Again, don't really know how long that takes, to be honest. There's 9 hours to go. Maybe it takes days. Don't really know. Transfer offers in here for Gulam and Raheem Sterling. I have transfer listed Gulam now. I probably should have mentioned that. I'm going to have Delph as my backup, I think. Mendy as my starter, just to keep Delph in the team. I really like Delph, to be honest, in game. I think he shows good quality. Gulam's been disappointing, so we're going to look to try and get rid of him. £22.3 million. I think we will just go ahead and we're going to accept, but I don't actually think personal terms are agreed in hours, are they? I think it might take days for that to happen. Could be wrong. I think we'll just accept it, we'll let him go and we'll let him move to Leicester. Bid in for Raheem Sterling, that's nowhere near the right amount. His value is up to £53 million, which I'd actually say is underplaying it a little. I'd say it's a much higher value than that, especially if Edison's upper limit was £100 million in the last episode. So yeah, we will just go ahead with that, see what happens with those deals, and we are going to try and pursue the DYBALA deal yet again. Let's see whether we can bring him in. £90 million we have, and then we're also going to try and offer Messi again. Here we go. Let's get a player involved in this. You've got to want Messi, surely. Wingers, and Messi's worth 71.5. Come on. You've got to want him this time. We want to bring a midfielder. They keep saying that. I don't want to give you a midfielder. But I'll try. Can we? In fact, I'll just offer a transfer fee, including Messi as well. Can we go £90 million? Okay, I didn't mean to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. I know they're obviously going to walk out the room, I think, with this one, but we'll just see what they say. £170 million, what they're after. I just want to include a player here. Can I counter it? Oh, I have to propose a new transfer fee now. Oh, I don't think we're going to get him, are we? So frustrated. They want a midfielder, but I don't really have one to offer them. Maybe Gundogan, but still, even him I'd like to keep, to be honest. I'm not so sure we necessarily need him anyway, to be honest. So we might just leave it for now. Maybe bring somebody else in January once we have the right amount of money. Certainly got some players to be leaving and hopefully getting rid of soon. We do need to try and narrow down the squad a little bit. I didn't think I'd be saying that, but we certainly do have too many players, so we need to try and get rid of some. 6 hours to try and get that happening. Don't know how we're going to be able to do it, but we'll see. Patrick Robertson's been sold. That's £11 million. That's being agreed. West Ham, he goes to, so yeah, we get £11 million added on to the budget, so just over 100 I think now to spend, and a loan offer in for one of our players. Is this the guy I had loan listed? It is 17 years old. He's going to go, where is that, Colchester? Yeah, it is. I think we'll let him go, 64 overall, 17 years old. He's not going to get any game time, especially with Collins and the other guy that we also have that's injured as well. Goulam's also been sold. He leaves. He goes to Leicester City. How much do we get in the bank for him? Hopefully good amounts, £20 million for him as well. So a couple of players being sold. Goulam was a late decision that I made just at the start of today's episode, purely because I think Fabian Delph, I prefer a left back to Goulam, so there's no point having them, all three of them there. So we are going to sell one, and obviously Goulam was the player to be sold to Leicester. So overall, pretty happy with how we're getting on here. Happy to have Fabian Delph as our backup left back. Really like him in game, much prefer him over Goulam. 3 hours left, can't see any other deals being concluded now. Got loads of money though, in case we need it in January. Also got a transfer offer in for Maffeo from Hamburg. Had loads of offers in for him. This is the best one, but it's still not good enough. Rejected, and no interest in selling him anyway. 2 hours to go. Got our player being loaned out there. He goes to Colchester for the season, or the rest of the year, or maybe just 12 months. Not really too sure whether it's 12 or 6. He does leave us, and that is it for Transfer Deadline Day. Quite a lot of money being spent around Europe there. We obviously spent some decent cash ourselves, over £100 million, I think it was in the end, on three different players that we brought in fairly early on. Obviously couldn't bring in the massive one with DYBALA, but certainly 3 fairly large ones were good enough. Training injury here, it's Cal Walker for 6 weeks. That's terrible news, because now we're down to 1 right back. Just as we leave the transfer window, not good news at all. Maffeo's obviously good enough to overtake, but we don't really have a backup right back now. We should be okay. We'll find someone. Got a transfer offer in here for Marcus Wood just as the transfer window closes. Again, pretty pointless, but we are going to accept as we keep on doing with him. Although, just all the time, everything breaks down on personal terms. Some more player development drills to do here for Collins. Let's see how we get on this week. He's already gone up to 75 overall, so that's great news. We're going to try and push him a little bit closer to 80, and then we'll probably stop before he gets to 80 and go on to some other players as well, because players like Insua, I really want to train up, Mendoza as well, and a few others. So we won't go with Collins for the rest of the season. He will just be trained up maybe for the next month or 2. Player returns from injury, that's Costa. That's great news to have him back. I think we lost him in pre-season, but good to have him back. Him and Collins, very similar sort of players in terms of overall and potential as well. So good to have him back, and he's now 74 overall, so a little bit behind Collins, playing catch-up slightly. Both of them, if we can compare their attributes, are similar sort of players, to be honest, aren't they? Collins obviously got the better attributes now. We traded up a little bit, but Costa not too far behind, better finishing as well. Similar sort of heights, obviously 2 inches tall there for Costa. I was actually surprised by Collins in game. I wouldn't have said he was 5'9". He looked pretty tall, and he was winning some headers for us. And as we expected, Marcus Wood's transfer talks have broken down. Always happens on personal terms. His wage is just too much. I think we might just release him, to be honest. There's no point keeping him at the club if we're not going to use him at all. And it's just adding to the amount of players having our squad. I'd much rather have someone better potential come into the team. So we are going to release the player, and it's going to cost us about £500,000. Okay, so this game now against Chelsea. We made a few changes to the team because we're going to game against Real Madrid in 3 days' time in the Champions League. So 2 tough games to play, and the next one will be in the next episode. This game against Chelsea will be the last game of today's episode. Edison starts in goal. Maffeo right back, of course. Otamendi and Stones at the back, with Mendy as our left back. Sonny, Malcolm and De Bruyne in midfield. Sterling, Jesus and Sané out from 3. This is a bench. I've gone with Hernandez, Foden, Goretzka, Silva, Messi, Aguero and Mbappe all on there. Quite a strong bench, of course. Let's find out how we get on. Try and get ourselves 3 points to end today's episode on, and hopefully put in a good performance against a tough Chelsea team. 5 at the back, obviously. We always struggle to break them down. Hopefully a bit more successful in today's game. Let's make it 4 wins from 4. Okay, we go for this game against Chelsea to finish off today's episode at Stamford Bridge. Let's see how we get on. Expecting a tough game against Chelsea. Like I said before, very difficult to break down at times with that fire at the back. Hopefully we're able to find some way of exploiting it though with the creative players that we have. Malcolm obviously started against them in that centre-attacking mid position, done that on purpose because he has been in great form recently, so hopefully he can show that in this game too. Look for a ball through to Jesus early on, and we've found a way through and scored. Jesus gets it, and Malcolm will get himself an assist as well. It's 1-0. What a start to the game. I said how difficult they are to break down, but we've done it perfectly there. 3 minutes in, we've pulled them apart. Jesus has been allowed to run through. It's a simple little 1-2 between him and Malcolm, and he just posted it past the goalkeeper in the end. Look at this. Fantastic 1-2, give and go, waits for the right run, and slots it home. Courtois comes out to try and make himself big, but can't stop it. 1-0. De Bruyne into Malcolm, all saved by Courtois out for a corner. Loads of chances for us early on. I can't believe we're only 15 minutes in. Feels like we've been at least 30 minutes into this game now, but still remains 1-0. Sané takes the ball in his stride, that's good. Leroy Sané now starting to pull them apart. Sané going to play it off to Malcolm. Blocked. It's a great block as well. De Bruyne looking for a ball into the middle here. John Stones connects off the post and had to be cleared away there by the defender just about. So close to a second. It was nearly through John Stones, just 5 minutes before half-time. Still remains 1-0 though. Half-time winning the game 1-0. Might look to the bench at half-time just to kind of change things slightly. A little bit worried by the fact that we have a game against Real Madrid in just 3 days' time. Only one recognised right back at the moment. So might have to take Matthew off and look for a solution on the bench. A little bit tough at the moment. Otamendi's looking close to a second yellow, so yeah, might have to watch that one. Only one centre-back on the bench, though. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Hernandez and Silva could be on at half-time. Otamendi and Maffeo could be off as well. City's going to go play right back. We'll see how that goes. Not too sure what to expect. Bernardo Silva's obviously going to play midfield. Hernandez in the usual sort of position. So we'll go with that. Curious to see how City gets on as some sort of right-back for us. He came in originally as a replacement for Fernandinho, who can obviously actually play right-back. So annoyingly, we obviously got rid of him, and now we need one because obviously got an injury to Kyle Walker for the next 6 weeks. Hopefully City will do okay in the second half, but I'm hoping he won't be challenged too much. Let's find out. Malcolm to shoot and drags it wide. Jesus with a chance, can make it 2. Oh, it's wrong side of the post. So close, should be 2 there. Great opportunity. How we've not finished, I have no idea. Hits the wrong side of the post, unfortunately, and out for a goal kick. Sterling looked to beat David Luiz. It's good from Sterling. Oh, the shot was decent as well. Saved by Courtois, followed up as well. But again, say 25 minutes left. We've got one more change that we can make. Might look to make it around the 70th minute, so not too far away from it now. Need a second goal though, really here. Chelsea have all the talent to come forward and easily get a goal if they want to. It's going to be Zappacosta to deliver here. City just about manages to head away at the back post. Final change, Goretzka to come on. We're going to take off Malcolm, who's booked. We're also looking to go a little bit more defensive now. Bernardo Silva going to go play as a centre-back mid, bringing on someone that's a bit more defensive, can win back the ball a little bit better as well, alongside De Bruyne there. So 20 minutes to go. Obviously not ideal to have to bring on such a big name like Goretzka, but it's something we have to do just to make sure we don't go and drop points in this game. I want to continue our winning streak and get 4 wins from 4 if we can. And at the moment, Chelsea on the attack, so I've got to try and prevent that from happening. City being tested for the first time properly here, and he's just about dealt with that, cleared it for now. Freaky opportunity here as well for Eden Hazard. Is he going to lay this one off himself? Or no, it's going to be a shot, but over the bar. Ederson was, I think, just about able to cover it, but it was so close, nearly found the back of the net. Sterling still got plenty of pace. Raheem Sterling waiting for a cut back here into the back post for Sané, and he smashes it home. We've doubled our lead very late on. Wasn't supposed to find Sané, it was supposed to be to Gabriel Jesus, but we've got it into the back post anyway, and with 9 minutes left, we've won the game. Doubling our lead there. Very happy to see that one fly in. Needed the goal, and eventually it came. Courtois not able to save that one, just comes at him too quickly. He's never going to stop that strike. It's a good pass across from Sterling as well, using his pace as ever, and Sané finishes off the game 2-0. That's it, got ourselves a good victory there. Very happy to get ourselves a 2-0 win. Gives us 3 points as well to end today's episode. It was tough to balance the team between this game and the game against Real Madrid, so hopefully this pays off and we're able to win against Madrid as well in 3 days' time. But yeah, good to see us get another win. 4 wins from 4 now in the league, and we're going to keep that winning streak going on, hopefully as long as possible. And that will be pretty much everything for today's episode. We'll take a look at any emails we have, and we'll end things here. Nothing to look at, just some player drills to do next time round. That game against Madrid is coming up very, very quickly. You can see the other teams in our group as well. Schalke there, and Panathinaikos is it, I think? No, probably not. It's some Greek team anyway. But that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic as well. Don't forget to leave your comments using the hashtag comments of the day to try and get into the next episode of the Man City Career Mode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.